We are at Red Hat headquarters, downtown Raleigh, North Carolina, at our third annual Creativeverse conference. I have Mr. Sean Ingram here. Welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me.
All right, so tell everybody who you are and what you do and why you're here.
I am Sean Ingram. I'm an author, motivational speaker, founder of the Sean Ingram Academy, where we inspire youth to stay in school and out of the criminal system. I'm here because Elton is a big brother to me, honestly. You know, me and Elton, we go back over 20 some years, went to art school together and everything. And I'm a creative myself. You know, I've been blessed to be in this industry, like I said, over 25 years, to write books, to do spoken word, to do videos, voiceovers. So knowing that dreams do come true when you have a creative mind. Yeah.
So is this your first year Creativeverse?
This is my first year. You know, I got a phone call a couple of days ago to say, hey, I need you to do a poem for this video. And I was like, all right, bro, I got you.
Yeah, next thing I know, video.
Oh, man. Next thing I know, a day later, we all in the streets shooting the video, right? But nah, like, I've always supported from the background. It was just always happen chance. I've always been traveling or on the road or something like that. But it's definitely just a blessing to be here now.
Yeah, so how you feel about all this?
Man, it's amazing. I mean, just the energy, because, you know, sometimes, and I could be wrong, you know, sometimes when you're a creative mind, you feel alone. You know, a lot of people don't get to see our visions and to understand our thought process. So to be around people who've done it, who have those type of visions, those type of conversations just hits different. And for me to have so many people that I ain't seen in years, man, it's like a family reunion to me, honestly. I've been around here just talking to everybody that I ain't seen it, like yourself, I ain't seen in years, right?
Years.
So it's just a great vibe.
Yeah. Okay, so tell the people something that they don't know about you.
That they don't know about me.
They don't know.
So, you ever seen me sing? You never seen me sing? All right, so I started singing, right? So a lot of people be asking me and playing the piano. A lot of people be asking me about my singing and playing the piano. And they don't know that I just started singing at like 20, I think I was 24, 25. I was in prison. And this guy was like, hey man, if you learn how to sing and play like you do your spoken word, you have an immaculate show. And because I always wanted to have that Jamie Foxx type of show where it's very intimate. So now I ain't that dude who's been singing since he's been 2 and 3 years old. I ain't even saying I sang like that, for real, for real. I'm just blessed to be able to carry a little tune, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's just something new, but I work, you know what I mean? I just work on it every day. So I play by ear, for what I make up in my mind. And yeah, it's just, you know, a lot of people be thinking like, oh man, you've been doing this a long time. No, I just started.
Right. And you just started where you was at and it went from there.
Yeah, I started with the one finger. Yeah.
Yep.
Barry had a little lamb. Yeah, I started with that. You know what I mean?
So crazy thing is, right? So we've both been incarcerated, and we both believed in ourselves.
Right.
We invested in ourselves, and our dreams came true.
Right. You know, I tell people, for me, it's just me personally. It's 3 things I believe in that I ain't gonna never doubt. We can talk about a lot of things.
Right.
But we ain't no conversation. I believe in God, I believe in Sean Ingram, and I believe in the gifts and talents that God gave Sean Ingram to succeed. And so I bank on that. You know what I mean?
I want to be like, period.
Point blank, period, as my daughters would say. I mean, but that's what faith is, right? Like, I know God gave me a greater purpose in life. And so every day I wake up to win. That don't mean I don't lose battles, but I'm gonna win a war. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who I am. That's when you go through what we've been through, you know you can survive some things. You know what I mean? So what they talking about be small talking to me. It's like, all right, you got papers and pens. Like, you ain't even, you know what I mean? Like, come on. But yeah, I just believe. You know what I mean? Because I know where I've been, what I came through. And to be where I am now, to me, is just a blessing. You know, people ask me that all the time. Like, how you be just so humble? Bro, I've been homeless, like, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been slept in my truck That's why I got the same truck. People like, why don't you get a new truck? I be like, because this truck is more of a sentimental value than y'all ever imagined.
Right.
Right. And I do try to show that to the best of my ability now that I have made it to a certain plateau to say, nah, like you see the success, but I want you to understand the struggle. I want you to understand. You know what I mean? Like one of my greatest awards, I won the Port of Merit Award in Washington, D.C. one time. And they had this big giant conference, and I'm a speaker at it. But I couldn't even afford the hotel room, so I'm sleeping in my car. Like, imagine that. You know what I mean? I'm getting an award, and I remember walking up in the hotel with the people, everybody going up, oh, hey. And I'm taking my left to go back down the stairs. I'm trying to get all the water that I can from the tables just so I could wash my face, brush my teeth. But that's why now, and I do try to be humble as possible, I can stand on thank God for the blessing. Because I know what I've been through. And I put it, like you said, I put in the work. Like every day, no matter how hard it may have gotten, I stood up and said, I believe in this.
Man, there is so much power in showing up. And I always say that because that's part of my brand. And I have the Show Up Queen Entrepreneur Academy.
Right.
And so with that, I focus on personal development, leadership, and entrepreneurship. Because that's my story, right?
That's who
and
you are.
A lot of the women that I work with that are in transition, they're coming from the prison, they're coming from the shelter. So I've been homeless, I've been incarcerated. I know what it takes to invest in yourself and believe in yourself.
Right.
And they're gonna be like, what's going on?
I know. I'm like, hold on now. I'm still a little shell shocked. Them some balloons going off though, y'all. Them balloons, yeah. I had my left eye over there too. I like, what's going on?
Oh my goodness. But is there anything that you have coming up, any products or services that you want to support?
Well, definitely SeanIngram.info, SeanIngram.org, the clothing line. But I got a spoken word show. I'm on tour now for the spoken word. So major show going to be June 29th here in Raleigh. But my most prized possession, I've been working on a stage play for about 2 years. It's called Voices. And what it does is it really promotes mental health and suicide prevention. And like you said, those conversations, because people see you here and they don't know the struggles and the mental struggles and the hurts and the pains. And even when you get successful, the people that turn on you and turn their back on you, and then the people that never believed in you, oh, that's my homie now. So all those things are not believing in yourself. So Voices, the stage play, y'all definitely make sure you check that out, because I truly, truly wish just to help save lives. There's been so many suicides of like just people on all levels, and it's crazy. So to know that you're not alone, it's not uncommon. We go through some things, but it's possible. Just keep fighting. Truly live the fight another day. So just be on the lookout for it. Everything at Sean Ingram. When you see Voices, the stage play, make sure you bring your